I'm often asked to show people how to plait a horse's tail, so here is a video with my top tips for a professional looking tail plait. Before you start, you will need shampoo, a sponge, water, warm if it's chilly, a brush and some plaiting bands, and of course a patient horse that doesn't mind you practicing on them. Start by washing the tail, ideally the day before if your horse is likely to keep it clean. A damp tail is good for gripping the top sections, but the lengths can cling together, which can be tricky to work with. I'm just using a cheap 2-in-1 human shampoo and conditioner, but there are lots of products out there for you to choose from. Make sure you focus on cleaning the top of the tail, especially the sides of the dock, as this will be where you take the hair from. Dry the tail, with the towel if you're in a rush, and brush through to ensure it is tangle free. A human detangle brush works well. Don't use a mane and tail conditioner as the hair can become too slippery and will result in a baggy finish. Ensure you have plaiting bands to hand, because once you've started the plait you can't drop it and walk away to pick one up. Start the tail plait by taking 3 pieces of hair from either side of the dock. Don't try to take a middle piece from the centre of the tail, because few horses have enough hair length there to get enough of a grip. Ensure you take the hair from the side of the tail where the hair starts growing, and you want the pieces to be similar in size. Plait the tail by crossing each section of the tail in turn at the centre of the dock. Once you have plaited the initial 3 pieces, begin adding in a new piece every time you cross in the middle. Take the new piece from as far around the side of the dock as you can. New pieces need to be similar in size and with a small gap from where you have taken them from the one above. This keeps the plait looking level instead of having a dropping down effect. As you plait in the new strands of hair, ensure the plait remains tight by pulling the previous sections above the one you're working on. You will also need to ensure that the remaining hair in the middle of the plait is pulled straight underneath, as this will contribute to an overall tidy finish. As you progress down the tail, the plait will get thicker as you continue to add in new hair. To keep the plait even, you will need to drop part of the section before plaiting it over, but you must keep hold of the last section to be added or you will lose the tightness of the plait. Continue plaiting the tail until you have reached the end of the dock. Often tail plaits are finished too high, and again this will impact the finished effect. When you have reached the end of the dock, begin plaiting the 3 strands in a standard plaiting form all the way to the end. Most tails are slightly different in colour at the bottom, and this will stand out if you leave a long unfinished end. Band the tail and loop the end over. Bring the end of the plait back up to the dock and tuck it under the bottom of the plait. Band at the top and at the bottom to keep the plait flat to the rest of the tail. You can straighten the central plait with your fingers if it looks slightly wonky in places. You can also wipe the top of the tail with a damp cloth if there's dust or scurf present, but ensure you wipe in the direction of the plait and be careful not to put any hair out of place. Plait the remaining tail into one big plait, which helps keep it clean whilst you travel to your show and will give you a lovely wavy effect when you unbraid it at the other end.